Hi everyone, my name is Teresa, and today I'm going to be talking about the 6 books that I want to read in the year 2026. Hey guys, how is it going? So the word 6 is difficult for me to say because I have a lisp. So I'm gonna try and not say that word as much as humanly possible because my goodness. Also, y'all, have you ever tried one of these? This is the Waterloo Sparkling Water. It's guava berry. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm really trying to be better at drinking water. I am horrible at drinking water, but if I can get like a little bit of flavoring in it, it's delicious. And this stuff is so good. I just found it at the store, and I was like, I'll give it a try. I like guava. And sparkling water is like, it tastes like can. This stuff is really stinking good. So if you haven't tried Waterloo, not sponsored, by the way. I like it, so I thought I should tell y'all. Okay, this video is going to be talking about the 6 books that I want to read in 2026. So this is how I decided to do things, right? A lot of people are doing 26 in 2026. Last year I did 25 and 25. I've done like 22 and 22, that sort of thing. But I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, first off, like 26 is not divisible by an even number, so that's annoying. And so I was like trying to think of like categories and stuff to do. And I was thinking, at what point is it enough? At what point do we say, okay, we're done with the number thing? Because when we're going up to like 28, 29, 30, like that's like a third of the books I read, guys. Actually, it's not, but like, I'm just gonna say, I read more than that, but like, we're just gonna pretend. So, like, for me, I was like, okay, look, I don't want to put a bunch of pressure on myself this year. I really want to slow down with my reading. I know a lot of people have been saying this. 26 seems like a year that a lot of people are just like taking it easy. Just like, hey, we need it. So instead of taking the last 2 numbers of the year, I'm only taking the very last number of the year. So like next year would be 7 and 27 and then 8 and 28. At least that's for now what I'm doing. Will it change later? It could. Who knows? But for the year 26, I'm only reading 6 books. And I went ahead and wrote down categories because I wanted like every book to be specific and for a certain reason. So the 6 categories that I have are a TBR vet that is over 10 years old, like a physical book on my shelves that is I've had for 10 or more years, which I'm very sad to say, guys, very embarrassed to say. There's a lot of those. And so that was why I really wanted, I was like, I want a TBR vet, but not just like, oh, a TBR vet from like 2 years ago. Like, no. A true TBR vet. Then I have a new release. So I want to read a book that is released in the year 2026. Then I have a TBR vet from 2025. So 2 different TBR veterans, but one of them is very, very old and one of them is very, very new. So anything that I hauled in the year 2025 will count. It doesn't have to be published in 2025. I just have to have hauled it in 2025. Number 4 is a Goodreads TBR vet. You guys see a correlation here. This is a book that I've had on my Goodreads. So I opened my Goodreads account in 2015, and so this is one that like I have books on there that are probably from 2015 that I've never really cleaned it out. So there's a lot of things on there that who knows what the heck is on my want to read list on Goodreads. And so yeah, I figure why not find a really old book that I've had on there for a very long time and pick it and see what I think. For the 5th book, it needs to be a book I have won. So a book I've won in a Goodreads giveaway. I've won a lot of books for Goodreads giveaways because since 2015, which also dictates why I have some books on my shelves that have been so old, I have been putting in for Goodreads giveaways. And so over the past 11 years, wow, I've gotten a lot of books, which is great, but I haven't read a lot of those books, which is not great. So I wanted to make sure that I was reading a book that I actually won on Goodreads because, the whole point of putting in for a giveaway is that you'll read the book, right? Yeah. And then the 6th and last book needs to be a book that I've previously checked out from the library but never read. So a book I checked out and had to return but never read it. Those are the 6 categories that I'm looking for as far as the books go. And I have already gone through and picked out the books that I want from each category. So let's just go ahead and get into it, and I will tell you what the books are. So I'll just call them prompts because that's just what my brain is going. For prompt number 1, I have a TBR vet over 10 years old. So a book I've had on my shelves since 2016 or earlier. And the book I'm going to choose for that is Tyrannosaur Canyon by Douglas Preston. I very specifically remember getting this from Goodwill. And I was looking at my list and like trying to go through my videos and seeing when did I get this book. And I have it marked down somewhere that I got it in 2015. So I've had this book for 11 years. You might be able to see that I have started it. I've actually tried multiple times to read it, and I've got to part 2, just was never able to finish it. Yeah, tells you 15 because that's the bookmark I have in here. It says, here is the beating of his hideous heart, 2015. I used to do a lot of craft swaps back in the day, and this was one of the things that I got. I can't tell you who gave it to me. They didn't put their name or anything on here, so unfortunately I don't remember who gave it to me. But yeah, I've tried reading this in 2015, and I remember it still. I remember quite a bit of it actually, but I probably will start it from the beginning just because. Anyways, I should probably tell you what it's about, right? So if you can see Tyrannosaur, you know me, it's dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs. That's literally the only reason I saw it. I saw the name and I'm like, sold. Goodwill, like a couple bucks, right? Okay, so it says a moon rock missing for 30 years, 5 buckets of blood-soaked sand found in a New Mexico canyon, a scientist with ambition enough to kill, a monk who will redeem the world, a dark agency with a deadly mission, the greatest scientific discovery of all time. What firebolt from the galactic dark shattered the Earth eons ago and now hides in that remote cleft in the southwest US known as Tyrannosaur Canyon. So I don't know how much of this is actual dinosaur or if it's just Tyrannosaur Canyon because the name of the canyon is Tyrannosaur Canyon. And from my understanding, this is a bit speculative. Like the monk guy, if I'm remembering correctly, might have some powers. I don't know. But I have read some other books by Douglas Preston before. Actually, I've read the Pendergast series. I haven't like finished it. I definitely need to catch up with that too. But it's with him and Lee Child. They write that together. And then this one, Publishers Weekly said it's better than Crichton, which I'm like, I don't know if anyone can do science fiction better than Crichton, but Michael Crichton, you don't know, he wrote Jurassic Park if you are unaware of who that is. But there's like intrigue and there's death and there's deserts and there's mysterious rocks, government agency type things. I don't know. Seemed like a good time when I found it, and I was enjoying it. Again, I just put it down because around 2015 is when I really started struggling with physically reading books. Before that, I never had an issue, but my health took a turn in 2015, and yeah, you'll see there's a lot of books that aren't read because of that. So this is a TBR vet that is over 10 years old. I've had this book for 11 years. It was book 1 of the 6 that I want to read in 2026. After that, we have a new release. So a book that comes out in 2026. And the book I want to read for that, you might see a little bit of pattern here, is The Geo-Magician by Jennifer Mandula, I think is what I have written down. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. All that I know about this book, guys, is the cover. Hello. All that I know about this book is that it has dinosaurs. I can't remember if it was like a paleontology type of situation or like actual living dinosaurs. And there's magic. It's a magician. It's coming out this year. It's on my most anticipated. It's probably one of my most anticipated books of the year. Literally forgot to look it up before I turned the camera on. So even though it's like most anticipated, I can't really remember anything about it. All I know is that it's dinosaurs in magic. And I'm really excited. And it just, the cover looks so good. And I think it's historical fiction. I think. That's book 2. So book 3, or prompt 3, is a TBR vet from 2025. So a book that I hauled last year and never read. That book would be The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This is well, first off, it's the really pretty edition Lolly winner from Book of the Month. So the pretty pink. And this is like a slow burn, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Literary mystery, I think. And I got this, I do believe this was my free, I think I got it free because it was either the lolly winner, and like if you remember like a BFF you get the free lolly. I can't remember if that was correct or if it was just like my free birthday book and that's why I got it. Honestly, I don't remember. But this won the book of the year for 2024. So this did come out in 24, but I didn't haul it until 25. And so that is why it counts, because it's a book I hauled, not a book that was published. So this book is a historical fiction literary mystery from my understanding. It takes place in 1975 at a summer camp in the Adirondacks, which I believe is Carolinas? Virginia? Somewhere on the East Coast over there. So sorry if I'm way off, guys. Anyways, early morning, August 1975, a camp counselor discovers an empty book. And the daughter of the people who own the camp, that like employs most of the people in the area, has gone missing. But here's the thing, this isn't the first time a child, one of their children, have gone missing from this summer camp. So, you know, obviously not that good of luck of this family, the Van Leer family. And I've heard that this is like very heavy on the family drama, family dynamics. And obviously we have the mystery plot of what happened to this girl and what happened to her sibling years before that also went missing. Why is this family's children disappearing? So I'm quite excited to read this. I was very excited when it came out. I've actually had it on TBR before and I just never got around to it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put it on here. I hauled it last year, and it's a pretty big book, so it takes up some space. I would like to know if this is a book I'm keeping or not. So yeah, this is prompt number 4. Yeah, that one. Number 3. Prompt number 3. Okay, prompt number 4 is a Goodreads. Sorry if lighting, angle, anything changed. My phone died. I didn't even realize it was on low battery. But we're getting close to done. I only have 2 more to talk to you, 3 more to talk to you about. I'm going to try and make it quick because I didn't charge my phone all of the way because I'm like, I just want to get this video out. Okay, number 4, like I was saying, is a Goodreads TBR. So it's one that's been on Goodreads for forever. And I went through and I looked at like, this one specifically has been on my Goodreads want to read list since 2015. Did I say the actual date? August 4th of 2015. So it's been a while, guys. It's been a while. And it is called Earth Girl by Janet Edwards. Ranger, you can wait a minute. This is a YA science fiction dystopian type thing. I was super into dystopian around 2015. I'm kind of like falling back in love with it again. So I decided to put this one on my list. And it is the year 2788, and the only people that live on Earth are disabled. So, or only the handicapped live on Earth. Well, everyone else portals between worlds. 18-year-old Jara is among the 1 in 1,000 people born with an immune system that cannot survive on other planets. Sent to Earth at birth to save her life, she has been abandoned by her parents. She can't travel to other worlds, but she can watch their vids, and she knows all the jokes they make. She's an ape, a throwback, but this one ape girl who won't give in might be a little bit problematic here. This was written in 2015, so who knows? The main character reinvents herself with a fake background as a normal child of military parents, joins a class of norms that is on Earth to evacuate the ruins. Evacuate the ruins of the old cities? Apparently, they have research teams that come to Earth and stuff. A building collapses on a research team, and she's part of the rescue. She gets put in the spotlight. There's no hiding who she is. Blah, 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 blah. A freak solar storm strikes the atmosphere, and the class is ordered to patrol off-world for safety. No problem for a real child of military parents, but fatal for Jara. The storm is so bad the crew of the orbiting solar arrays have to escape the planet below. The first landing from space, escape to the planet below, the first landing from space in 600 years, and one is on a collision course with their shelter. That is a little bit confusing, honestly, but yeah, girl stuck on Earth because she's handicapped and can't live on other planets and doesn't want to be, stuck on Earth. So she pretends she's not handicapped, but then there'll be issues. It sounded interesting. Like I said, it actually, no, this came out in 2012. So it wasn't even 2015. I put it on my list in 2015. The book was published in 2012. So we shall see if that is anything good for me or not. Next up is a book that I won in a Goodreads giveaway. And once again, I decided to go with a book that has been on my TBR for a long time, and that is The Day a Human Prince by B. Kristen McMichael. My dog, you saw him a minute ago, when he was a baby, decided to eat the corner of this. Thankfully, he just ate basically the spine, and like no pages were actually injured enough like that I can still read it. So it's just little puppy marks on it, but I can still read it. So this one, it was it's signed by the author. Makes me feel bad that I never read this. This came out in 2014. I think I won this in 20. It had to have been 2015, 2016 because I wasn't even on Goodreads before 2015. So again, this book is at least been on my shelves for 11 years. I have like 3 of them that have been on my TBR, physical and online, for 11 years. Crazy. But like I said, I'm trying to get some of these done. And it does not have an audiobook to my knowledge. At least it didn't. I don't know if it does now, but I'm pretty sure this is self-published. It's self-published, so a lot of times authors cannot afford to do audiobooks, which really stinks because I would love to read more indie self-pub books, but just, it is what it is. Accessibility is not always there for the reader or for the author to be able to make their works accessible, you know what I mean? And this one, I'm pretty sure, yes. So it's a vampire story. I was also very much into vampires back in the day, or paranormal stuff. And this is book 1 of the Day Human trilogy. I'm not really going to read a whole lot about this. All I know is that the main character, dude, Devin, grew up as the only day human in a world surrounded by night humans who drank blood, sometimes his blood. So, vampires. He's the only human in a world of vampires. He spent his life training towards one goal, the protection of one of those blood drinkers, Ariana Grace. But what is he supposed to do when the blue-eyed girl of the legends doesn't need him anymore? What does his life mean then? And how is the guy supposed to move on when the girl he has yearned for over a decade has chosen someone else? Then he becomes magically bound to another vampire person or a night human, and I guess they have to travel to some other worlds or something. Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of teen angst in here. As far, I think this is YA, maybe adult. I don't think I was putting in for adult like fantasies back then though. I think it's YA paranormal fantasy self-pub. Had it on my shelves for 11 years. I should just read it. The font is not even terribly small, and the margins are quite large, so it really should not take me much to read this. I just need to do it, so it's on the list. Okay, and the very last one that I have, prop number 6, is to read a book from a previous library haul. So a book that I have previously checked out from the library, never read it, and returned it. And so I chose Caravel, right? Is how you pronounce it? By Stephanie Garber. If I'm remembering correctly, this is one of Nala's favorite book series. I think it's Caravel. I could be wrong, but I do know this book was a big old deal back in the day on BookTube. It had a huge following, and I've never read it, so I figured, why not? This is YA fantasy, and that's about all I know about it. I cannot really remember anything about this. I think it has to do with the carnival. Maybe I'm completely off, but like the title makes me feel that way. Magical, wistful, wonderful things. Maybe. But that's what I'm choosing to read for that prompt. So here you have it, guys. Here are the books, or stand-ins for the books. The 6 books that I want to read in 2026. Again, we have a book that's been on my shelves for more than 10 years, Transfer Canyon, and then we have The Day Human Prince, which is for a book I won off Goodreads giveaway. We have God of the Woods, which is a book that I hauled last year. We have Earth Girl, which is a book that has been on my Goodreads TBR for a very long time. And we have Caraval for a book that I have checked out from the library and never read and had to return. So these are the 6 books that I want to read in the year 2026. My camera, my phone is dying, so I'm going to go be quick about this. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Let me know, have you read any of the books that I'm talking about? Or any of them sound interesting to you? Do you have a set amount of books that you want to read in 2026? Let me know all the things down in the comment below. If you don't have anything to comment, if you just want to let me know you were here, do a dinosaur emoji, because we got, some dinosaurs. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you want to see more from me. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!